Okay. Five.
With that, we will call to order the May 1st, 2025 meeting of the Upper Macungie Township Board of Supervisors, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get started with the regular agenda, as we've been doing, I'd like to take a moment of privilege and ask everyone to take just a minute to themselves, just for a moment of grace and gratitude, appreciation of what we have, the ability to be here tonight, the ability to focus on business forward, and the contributions of everyone around us to get us to today. Okay. There are, I don't believe, any additions or deletions to the agenda, so we can move to the minutes and the financials. I'm going to make a motion to dispense with a reading of the meeting minutes from the general business meeting held on April 3rd, 2025, adopt them as presented, authorize payment of the bills for the month of April in the amount of $7,710,610.39. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Bob. Sonny, any comment?
No.
Jim?
Nope.
Any comments from the audience? Perfect. Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion as stated signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Presentations. We're going to have a presentation tonight from the Upper Macungie Township Community Fund. Bob.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe Laura McHugh is here. She's the chairperson of the fund. She's just here to provide a little update to the board. A lot of activity going on at the site. If anyone's been by there today, they will see timber frame going vertical. So, Laura?
Yeah, did you plan that, Bob, that we would go vertical? Just happens to be on May
Pure
1st
coincidence.
yeah, very well done. So thank you so much. As Bob said, I'm an Upper Macungie Township resident and joining you tonight as chair of the Community Fund. As a reminder, the Upper Macungie Township Community Fund is an independent 501c3 organization dedicated to advancing projects that enrich the lives of Upper Macungie residents. Currently, 100% of our focus is on raising resources to support the Community Lifestyle Center at Grange Park. Those resources all help to complement or even offset the township and taxpayer dollars that are being invested in this project. So I'm glad to join you tonight. It's been almost a year since we came to you with some early ideas around what fundraising could look like. So I'm glad to give you a little more concrete information tonight. There you go. So we joined you in June of 2024 and said, we have four amazing companies, most of them family run, that are ready to join, two of them, are family run and connected to the township, that are ready to join us should this project advance and move forward tonight. And we were so glad that the support was granted then and then fully greenlit in August, because since then we have been able to secure or have pending contracts with all four founding partners: Air Products, the Butz family of companies, the Jandal family of companies, and Lehigh Valley Health Network, which is now part of Jefferson Health. We're also delighted to share with you tonight, which is new information to many of you, that Primo Brands, Lehigh Valley Water Systems, and Equinox Benefits Consulting have also joined us as partners in this work. Collectively, we have commitments, again, either pending contracts or finalized contracts, totaling $4.1 million to support the project. If you advance to the next slide, our focus primarily right now is on private funds. We know that the township has access to and resources to collect public funds such as RACP and other government grants. Our focus has really been on the private funds. So we saw the companies that we're reaching out to. We're also connecting with individuals who are ready to support at deeper levels. Anybody right now can go on and, of course, buy a brick. That's an accessible dollar amount that we'd hope many Upper Macungie residents take advantage of. But just today, we even launched a new initiative that will allow multi-year gifts, and immediately had 3 families who are involved in the project sign on to make commitments that are in excess of $10,000 over the next 5 years collectively. So fundraising work is happening actively all the time, every day. Our partners at Good Collective are helping us lead that fundraising work on a day-to-day basis. We are an entirely volunteer-led organization, so being able to use the funds to contract with people who can lead the fundraising on the day-to-day has been really important to us. So a lot of the work is happening in the cultivation stage on a regular basis. Solicitation is happening frequently. And then, of course, once we have people committed, we're able to really steward those donors and make sure that they are seeing the full value of their commitment to the project. We have identified 62 current private companies that have expressed some level of interest in supporting the project. We have 15 asks that are currently outstanding, and the value of all those pending asks is quickly approaching $1 million. So if you assume we have a 20% or higher success rate, hopefully by the next time I join you, we'll have another $200,000 to $250,000 to be able to announce to continue to support this project. A lot of the work that's happening to support in that cultivation and identification phase is really happening around raising awareness and visibility. So when we are able to have our staff from the Good Collective or have volunteers showing up at things like the Bunny Hop, which are done so wonderfully, it's a great way for us to raise that visibility and help people know that anybody, whether you are running a company and want to support at a corporate level or you're an individual, can participate and be part of that. And additionally, now that there's beautiful weather and activity happening on site, if you advance to the next slide, we're hoping to get people out, do some hard hat tours, show prospects where they're standing and help people imagine, their logo as part of the building. So whether folks are interested in having their name on the side of the building, on the side of the field house, or on a small brick out front, lots of ways for everybody to get involved.
And there it is. There's the link that we were looking for, right?
There you go.
Proud to say that as a member of the Upper Macungie Township Community Fund, not only am I commending you for your leadership, Laura, but I am one of the initial individual donors to the project, as we all on the board have donated. I think we have 100%.
We do. We have 100% participation from the board members, and several of us have been ready and excited to be able to invest even more deeply in it.
Yep. And so I would invite Jim and Sami as well as anyone up here on the dais, anyone here, anyone listening. Now is an opportunity to put your name at the ground floor, almost literally at the ground floor, to help us raise more money to make this a reality. It's going to happen. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. I sound a little bit too much like someone else right now about beautiful and great. So it's going to be something that we all as a community be very proud of. So I would urge all of you to follow Laura's lead, follow the fund board's lead, and give where you can. Questions for Laura? Anyone from the board? Anybody from the audience? Questions about the community center? Well, Andrew.
Not really a question or a comment. I do have QR codes with me tonight, so anyone who was so inclined and wasn't quick enough to snap on the screen there, they are here. Everything is ready on the website. Ask folks to join us. It's really exciting time for us.
So, and one question maybe related to that then, Andrew, is people that are not in the meeting or are maybe watching on YouTube or whatever, is there another way that, and I actually have had people ask me, like, I'd like to donate something, is there another way we can communicate that? Because this is kind of like a fleeting piece of information.
I'm sure that QR is at info@uppermacfund.org. Is it on the website?
Yep, or you can simply visit uppermacfund.org and click donate, and it will take you directly to all those different options that are available.
Uppermacfund.org.
uppermacfund.org.
We also have social media presence as well. We actually just posted something today. It's an exciting day as we went upright. So we are regularly using social media as well. Every time we go to an event in the community or at Parkland School District, we are constantly handing out these cards to make friends and try to raise as much funds as we possibly can.
And I'll just add that I'm getting the same exact question, Sunny, now that people are back out at Grange. The weather's beautiful. I just came there from flag football. More questions as people are seeing the activity. So excited for more interest.
That's great. Maybe where the sign is, it's a welcome sign. Maybe we could put some of these things in like a little plastic enclosure. That way people can just, as they're walking by or curious, they could just grab one.
Idea.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we're happy to work with the
Or in addition, a sign with QR.
Oh, yeah, did that.
The
Put it right
sign
on there so
that
that,
as you're driving by, you can take a picture. And
maybe not while you're driving.
Oh, yeah. I'm an excellent driver.
As you're stopping to play pickleball or go to splash pad,
Sorry, Mike.
whatever the case may be.
All right, sounds good.
Jim?
I'm good. Thank you, guys.
Any from
Thank
the
you very
audience
much.
have any questions? Laura, Andrew, thank you. I will see you both very soon. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Moving through, it does not appear that we have any discussions or updates, no ordinances, so we go straight to resolutions. Resolution A 2025-21, recognizing Peace Officers Memorial Day. Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In 1962, President Kennedy signed a proclamation authorized by Congress, which designated May 15th of each year as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which it falls as Police Week, to honor the federal, state, and municipal officers who have been killed or disabled in the line of duty. This is a resolution for a request. This is a request for a resolution be adopted acknowledging May 15th, 2025 as Peace Officers Memorial Day and May 11th through May 18th as Police Week. This is an annual thing. Thank you, Jim, for being so anxious to.
He really
Get this
likes
done.
Peace Officer
He
Memorial Day.
does, and we appreciate it.
I remember it last year. I make a motion to adopt resolution 2025-21, recognizing May 15, 2025 as Peace Officers Memorial Day and May 11th through the 18th, 2025 as Police Week.
I will, go ahead, Sonny.
No, go ahead.
Sonny and I will both second that motion.
There you go. I don't know how she's gonna write that.
I don't think that's allowed.
Yeah, you got it. It's yours. I'll just.
Conversation, discussion, Sonny.
No.
Jim?
Thank
I
you.
think it goes without saying. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. We're all anxious. We're all enthusiastically supporting it.
Not as much as Jim. Anybody else have a comment about Peace Officers Memorial Day? Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion to adopt resolution 2025-21, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Mike. Resolution 2025-22, docket number 2368617, North Crocs Mixed Use Minor Subdivision Plan. Andrew.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a minor subdivision plan, which has been reviewed in accordance with our SALDA by staff and consultants and an administrative review. So it's not coming to you with the Planning Commission recommendation. However, they did review this as a courtesy in their workshop session. This plan proposes, this is a 54 plus or minus acre parcel at the intersection of Crocs Road and the bypass. And the applicant is proposing to create a 3.4 acre lot that's going to be located entirely within Lower Macungie Township. The purpose of this is to accommodate a hotel, which will be constructed as part of the mixed use project. And so along with that, because it is minor in nature and the fact that the proposed lot is entirely within Lower Macungie Township, there's a request for a modification of our provisions of our saldo to defer the technical review related to the subdivision to Lower Macungie Township. And I believe staff and consultant are in favor of that waiver, and the applicant and its attorney is here this evening if you have any questions.
Thank you, Andrew. I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2025-22, granting minor subdivision plan approval to docket 2368, 617 North Crocs Mixed Use, including approval of a waiver request number 1, conditioned on the township engineer review letter dated April 23rd, 2025.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Jim. Questions, Sonny?
No, none.
Jim?
I'm good.
Attorney Rabitz, did you want to offer anything, or?
We have nothing to offer.
Okay. Just have a one question that either you or I assume that your engineer can answer, which is, we're making this conditional upon the conditions within the township engineer review letter on the 23rd of April, 2025. Have you had a chance to review that letter? And you're okay with that condition? Okay. Any questions from the audience regarding this motion or resolution, excuse me? Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion of the resolution 2025-22, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Ron, thank you. A little easier than a couple weeks ago, yeah. We are on to motions. Motion A, authorizing the township manager to sign the agreement of sale for the purchase of property at 6517 Citronia Road. Bob?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yep.
If you can bring up the map, I will show you the property we're talking about. Scroll down the heavy black line there. Our Public Works Manager, Scott Faust, happened to be driving past there one day and noticed some activity which would have indicated that the homeowners were moving. Given its location being surrounded by the park and the fact that it's almost 4 acres down there, staff felt that that property had a lot of value to get rolled into Grange Park. It's at the very, call it the southern end of the park. We did reach out to the homeowner after consulting with the board, and we are able to come to terms. So what we have tonight is the authorization to purchase that property for the sum of $700,000.
If I could just add on to that, we did have the property appraised and it came
That's
back.
correct.
We are purchasing at the appraised value.
Thank you, Andrew. I'll make a motion to sign the agreement of sale for the purchase property at 6517 Citronia Road, Allentown, Pennsylvania, for a cost of $700,000, and further authorizing the township manager and solicitor to execute all documents to complete the purchase. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Jim. I'll go first. Bob, the township already owns, and that map that I'm looking at, as I look at it, we already own the property between this purchase and Grange Road.
That's correct.
So this is just completing our park block, as it will.
Yes, and if you see the drive access right above the property, that's also part of our park property, along with the uncultivated field to the north of that drive. That's park property. And to the right of your cursor, to the right,
Up above there, Cal, by the tree line. he's
Down.
talking about.
Under the
that
tree
whole,
line.
that whole area around there, Jeff, is park property,
Okay,
up to the tree line.
up to the tree line, including the above the road, but below the tree line.
So
Yep.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm good.
I also remember us talking about that property for, in the event that at some point there had to be a full clover leaf.
That was discussed. years
Yeah,
ago.
so now it's not an issue as well. So
Sonny?
I think it's a no-brainer.
Nothing.
Okay. Any questions, concerns, comments from the audience? Paul, come on up.
Are you paying for it out of,
Sorry.
just make everybody do it, that's all.
I apologize for that. That's my mistake, Paul.
No problem. You didn't identify the fund it's coming out of. So just
Son of-
as a general question, is it coming out of general or recreational?
It's not coming out of recreational, it's coming out of general unappropriated reserves.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion to sign the agreement of sale for the purchase of property at 6517 Citronia Road for a cost of $700,000, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Bob. That
Thank you.
passes. We're to motion B, accepting the resignation of Michael Szynski from the Zoning Hearing Board and appointing him to the Park and Rec Board. Ryan?
Thank you. We did have a vacancy on the Park and Rec Board due to a previous resignation, and we reached out to Michael Szynski because he expressed interest in joining the Park and Recreation Board. He reaffirmed that commitment to be on the Park and Rec Board, but due to his current status on the zoning board and not being able to do both, he is resigning from the zoning board to come onto the Park and Recreation Board. And he's ready to go to fill the term that would end in December of 2028.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Michael Szynski from the Zoning Hearing Board effective May 1st, 2025, and appointing him to the Park and Recreation Board, filling a vacancy with an unexpired term ending December 31st, 2028. Is that second? Someone? Anyone?
Make a second.
Thank you, Sonny. Questions or concerns? Cal, Meredith, or Bob, or whoever, do we have someone to replace Mike on the Zoning Hearing Board?
Yes, we have another application that is interested in joining the zoning hearing board.
Do we have alternates already set up there too?
Pardon?
Do we have alternate members for the zoning hearing board already as well?
I believe we have one.
Correct.
House, yes.
And is that alternate's going to stay an alternate and we're going to slide someone new in, or are we going to do some
We'll,
shifting?
we'll offer it.
Okay. But we feel confident that we're going to have a full zoning hearing board one way or the other. And the new applicant, everybody feels okay with so far? Nothing else from me. Jim?
You covered it.
Sonny?
Nothing.
Okay, questions or concerns from the audience? Robust as it is this fine May evening. Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion accept Mike Szynski's resignation from the zoning hearing board and appoint him to the Park and Rec board with a term ending December 31st, 2028, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Ryan. But we're going to come right back to you. Motion C, approving the Park and Recreation Board recommendation to officially name the park located at 1525 Russet Road as Kaybrook Green Hills Park.
So as we've gone with the comprehensive park rec open space plan process, one of the preliminary recommendations is to more clearly identify our park spaces for consistency and wayfinding signage. We've researched and worked with the Park and Rec Board to roll out that park entryway kind of signage for better wayfinding. And their recommendation is to officially name the park Kaybrook Green Hills Park, which will allow us to move forward with the purchase of the sign we have ready to go and continue the progress there at the park.
I'll make a motion to approve the Park and Recreation Board recommendation to officially name the park located at 1525 Russet Road as Kaybrook Green Hills Park.
I'll second that. Are we sure that it's Russet with two T's and not one T, as there are several different signs in that area that some have one T and some have two? Right, two S's, some have two T's, some have one T. It's a very confusing way to drive to Kaybrook.
We did double check that before I had put the sign into production.
Okay. Do you have an idea of when the dedication of the park's going to be, Ryan?
So right now, the ribbon cutting ceremony we have for the playground equipment is scheduled for next Friday, May 9th at the park. We're doing it as a movie in the park event, and we encourage everyone to come on out and enjoy the festivities. The giant scissors are sitting on my desk, ready to rock and roll with a great time to roll out our movie series as well.
And what's the movie that's playing?
Toy Story 4.
All-time classic, I suppose. So May 9th, we're officially naming, it's going to be a naming and dedication of park equipment.
I was waiting for approval before putting that sign into production, so that sign will come later.
Okay. But we're still going to say, welcome to the park that we've now named the
Correct.
Kaybrook Green Hills Park. Gotcha. Jim,
I'm good.
Sonny,
I'm
questions or concerns from the audience? Bless you. Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion to approve the Park and Rec Board recommendation to officially name the park Kaybrook Green Hills Park, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Ryan. Motion D, authorizing an update to the open records policy. Jasmine.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is basically a housekeeping issue here. We need to make sure that the update is made to ensure the township remains in compliance with the right to know law. The previous right to know officer was currently still on this policy, so we updated the name and added an alternate delegate as well. And we're requesting motion to authorize the update.
Thank you, Jazz. I'll make a motion to authorize an update to the open records policy. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Jim. Questions or concerns? Sonny?
Yeah, actually, this kind of just occurred to me, but given that we have, routine changes in names, does it make sense to put the name on the policy?
We have
Are we
to have the
required to
name
do
of the
that?
officer, correct?
Okay, all right, just curious.
That's it.
That's it.
Jim?
Nope.
Anyone from the audience have questions about the updates? Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion to authorize an update to the open records policy, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Jazz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And you're the officer, right?
That's correct.
Thank you for your service in that regard.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Motion E, authorizing the renewal of the 2023 retention pond lawn mowing contract, the one and only Scott Fest. That's you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a 3-year contract, and this is the 3rd year for this American Lawn, and they did not raise the price. Cost would be $11,934 for the year.
Thanks, Scott. I'll make a motion to authorize the renewal of the 2023 retention pond lawn mowing contract with American Property Maintenance LLC at a cost of $11,934. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Questions or concerns? Scott, do we have any idea, are we starting a conversation with the same company for next year, or we put out for bid next year?
Next year it'll go out for bid because this is their third year for this contract.
And you're satisfied with them?
Yes.
Jim?
I'm good.
Sonny?
No, I think that.
Anyone from the audience want a question about the retention pond lawn mowing contract? Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion to authorize the renewal of the 2023 retention pond lawn mowing contract with American Property Maintenance LLC at a cost of $11,934, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Scott. Motion F, authorizing the renewal of the 2024 lawn mowing contract. Again, Mr. Faust.
And again, this is a 3-year contract, and this was with Pennsylvania Lawn and Landscaping LLC, and this is their second year of that 3-year contract. And again, they're not raising their cost. Price.
I'll make a motion to authorize the renewal of the 2024 lawn mowing contract with Pennsylvania Lawn and Landscaping LLC at a cost of $16,651.08. Is that a second?
Second.
Thank you, Sonny.
Jim, sir.
No, you're good.
Questions or concerns? Same question for me, Scott. You're satisfied with these folks?
Yes.
Okay. That does it for me. Jim?
I'm good.
Sonny?
Nothing.
Questions from the audience? Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion to authorize the 2024 lawn mowing contract signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Scott. God, we keep going back to Scott, though. Authorizing the sale of a 2018 Ford F-350 pickup to Weisenberg Township, Scott.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is a replacement that our vehicle came this year, and the sale to Weisenberg Township for $30,500, and that's above trade-in value.
Yeah, you're the best. Well, kind of.
Let's not pump him up too
I
much.
know his head won't fit through the door.
Yeah.
Even so.
I'll make a motion to authorize the sale of a 2018 Ford F-350 pickup truck to Weisenberg Township at a price of $30,500. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Jim. Questions or concerns? Honey?
None.
Jim?
Great job. Thanks.
I'll say mediocre job because I don't want you to get ahead of yourself.
How many-
Satisfactory at best.
How many miles were on that?
I believe it was 46. I would say around 46. If I'm not mistaken.
Is there an hour meter on it?
We don't read them. We can do it, but it has to be plugged in.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because that's good.
Reload.
Anyone in the audience have questions about this truck sale? Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion to sell the 2018 Ford F-350 pickup to Weisenberg Township, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Scott. Motion H, authorizing the township secretary to vote on the 2025 PSATS resolutions based on the executive director's memo dated March 26th, 2025. Bob?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At the beginning of the year, our township secretary was authorized to vote for the township at the annual convention of the Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors. Every year, they provide a list of resolutions for their members to vote, to support, or deny. Those are resolutions they use to move forward to try and better township's presence in Harrisburg. So the list was provided to the board. Unless there's anything special that you don't agree with PSATs on those resolutions, we can take a motion and adopt them as per their recommendation.
Okay.
Staff has no opinion. We defer to PSATs on that.
Okay, I'll make a motion supporting the PSATS 2025 proposed resolutions and authorizing the township secretary to vote on behalf of the township based on the executive director's memo dated March 26, 2025. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Sonny. Questions or concerns? Jim?
Oh, I do remember one year we had to pull one, I forget what it was. We just separated it and voted twice, but no, I'm good.
Sonny?
Yeah, I reviewed it.
Okay. Yeah, I took a look and it seems pretty vanilla at this point. So Anybody in the audience take a look at these? Have some concerns about the PSATS organization and their lobbying efforts? Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion supporting the 2025 PSATS proposed resolutions and authorizing Township Secretary to vote on our behalf signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
And thank you, Jazz, for voting for those.
No problem.
You got it. Motion I, appointing delegates to the Lehigh Tax Collection Committee. Cal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Lehigh Tax Collection Committee is required by state code, and it collects the earned income tax for the county. There is a delegate from each municipality as well as from each school district. Bruce Culler has served on that for several years and actually holds a position, I believe, of treasurer. He will be leaving that committee, and we are requesting that I be appointed as a delegate, Michelle Souls as the alternate delegate number 1, and Robert Ibach as the alternate delegate number 2.
Thank you, Cal.
I'll make a motion appointing the following personnel as delegates to the Lehigh County Tax Collection Committee. Calman Sostrich, delegate Michelle Souls, alternate delegate number 1, and Robert Ibach, alternate delegate number 2.
I'll second that. Thank you, Jim. Questions or concerns? Sonny?
None.
Jim?
I'm good.
I don't have any. Good luck.
Thanks for taking on extra workload.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it.
Any questions about our delegation to the Lehigh Tax Collection Committee? Riveting stuff tonight. Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion appointing Cal as a delegate, Michelle as an alternate delegate, and Bob as an alternate delegate number 2 to the Lehigh Tax Collection Committee, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Cal.
Thank you.
Motion J, authorizing the township manager to execute an agreement for IT consulting. Cal, right back at you, brother.
Thank you again. We have had a 3-year agreement with Eastern Telephone and Telecommunications to handle our IT consulting needs. Prior to them joining us, we had a few years where we had to switch a few times. ET&T has been a really great partner with us. They are extremely responsive, and I am the main liaison between the township staff and our IT consultant, and I have had no reports of any issues whatsoever from any employees with their work over the past 3 years. The current agreement is expiring in a few days, and they have provided a proposal to continue. We did do our due diligence, and we also sought a quote from another IT consultant, and Integra, and they did provide one. It is a competitive quote. However, with our strong knowledge of ET&T, and because they are really ingrained in the day-to-day of the township, we strongly recommend to continue with their services moving forward. And this agreement would be a 2-year agreement with a 1-year renewal at the end.
Does that have to be in the motion? Okay.
I'll make a motion to authorize the execution of an agreement with Eastern Telephone and Telecommunications Incorporated to provide information technology consulting services at a cost of $7,941 per month, effective May 6th, 2025.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Jim. Concerns, questions? Sonny?
Yeah, just, was there an increase from the?
They held their cost. They
Held
did
their
not.
cost.
They had no cost increase for us.
All right, thank you.
Jim?
I'm good.
I'm good. Any questions from the audience regarding our telecommunications consulting services? Seeing none, we can move to a vote. All those in favor of the motion to authorize the execution of agreement with AT&T for a 2-year period moving forward, signify by saying aye.
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 Any objecting? That passes. Thank you, Cal.
Thank you.
Rolling through. Monthly department reports are available at the back of the room, have been posted at Township's website. They are collated oddly this month, but good news is that there's not that many people to fight over the odd collation this month. Are there any department members who have anything specific they would like to announce? Chief?
No, sir.
Chief?
Yes, I'd just like to acknowledge Lieutenant Reeder for graduating Northwestern University's School of Police Staff and Command, which is a very challenging, prestigious 10-week program that strengthens command, leadership, and management skills. It just highlights his dedication to the township and his commitment to service to the residents. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Make sure you send our congratulations to him as well, please.
Will do. Thank you.
I'm not going to call you chief, though.
No, I'm not a chief. No, I'm fine with that. But I do have two announcements recognizing two of our employees. Jasmine is one of them, as long as she's going to PSATs to do your voting. She will also be there to receive a certificate for her completing the Professional Government Management Academy certificate program. So there is a series of courses she had to take, and we appreciate her investing her time to provide better service for our township. The other person is Bruce Culler. He's not here tonight, but Bruce is a member of the Government Financial Officials Association of Pennsylvania. I believe I said that right, Michelle? Officers, okay. He served on their board of directors, and he received an award from them at their conference earlier this week for their appreciation of Bruce's dedicated leadership and support of high standards and professional development in the public financial management during his time on the board. So another employee that got recognized for their hard work.
Fantastic. Thanks, Bob. Jazz, more recognitions, I hope.
I do have a couple things. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. But before I get to that, we did have an executive session at 5:30 today, and the topic discussed was personnel. I want to thank everyone that came out to spend a little bit of time with us for our open house. It was every year, it's progressively getting better. And we hope to see you all again next year. We have been awarded a citizenship communication award from PSATs as well. We have obtained third place for our website. It was a four-way tie, but we are still present within the surrounding communities in Pennsylvania. I want to thank Ryan and Emily that were always on the website, as well as everyone from all departments, including finance and community development, because all of us working together, we've been able to be recognized by PSATs as well for this. With that, we also want to make sure that the Citizenship Award, the Kathy Rader Good Citizenship Award, the application is now live. So you can go onto our website and you can go ahead and look for that. And if you have any members of the community that you would like to recognize, we can go ahead and get that process started. Remember to connect with Upper Macungie Township using UMT Connect. We're on Apple and Play stores. And today, Emily sent out the newsletter, the monthly newsletter for REC. And within that, there's a little link. We're starting to just test the waters and see if we can obtain a mascot for our community. This would be to give a little bit more of a vision, with the children and all of our events, because we are very focused on making sure our community is well recognized out there. So you can click on that link and it's a quick 1-minute survey, and we will provide more information as we obtain that in the future. Other than that, that's all.
No live animal though, right?
No,
Okay.
it will be somebody dressed in something probably.
Okay. All right.
I heard Jim dressed in something.
Oh, yeah.
Jazz, thank you to you and to everyone that works with you. The communication efforts for the township continue to get better every day. Just making sure that we appreciate the efforts that you're making to make sure that we are reaching out to our township residents and keeping them informed of daily developments. Thanks.
Absolutely. We keep working as a team, and that's the biggest part of this, make sure that everybody's involved.
Thank you. Cal.
Nothing for me, thank you.
Meredith.
Sure. So the last time we made an update, it was about the zoning ordinance and how we had just started working with HRG. And at that time, they were doing a lot of background work, trying to catch up on where we are. And so they have, they're putting together a project schedule. So we expect to have that pretty soon. And we are working with them and continuing to work with our staff and consultants. And we think that we will be over a huge hill pretty soon. So I'm expecting in the next month or so, we'll get through the really difficult parts of the ordinance, and then we'll have some lesser parts to work with. But With that said, I think we'll be able to give better and more precise updates in the future.
I will object to any part of the ordinance being called lesser on behalf of the ordinance.
I didn't want to call it easier. Nothing's easy.
Nothing's easy or less in zoning, but
No.
we appreciate the work that you and the team are putting in, as well as Ryan and your team at HRG, Andrew, you and your staff at the for our solicitor at putting in the effort to get this done. I know that it's a large scale project, and hopefully we can maybe turn a corner, then another corner, then another corner, and see the light at the end of whatever tunnel appears way off in the distance thereafter. So thank you for
starting
that.
to see it.
Yep.
So just a question, Meredith. Are you looking at this being done this year, or are you looking at this going to extend?
Our goal is this year.
Andrew.
Meredith stole my thunder. So unless you have any questions for me, I don't have anything to add.
Okay. Any questions for Andrew? It's always good when you don't have questions for your lawyer at the table. So
Just was going to ask him why we got the deer in the headlights look when you turned the floor over to him, but now I understand.
Ryan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Been a very busy 4 months for us transitioning. Last month, we had 6 submissions through the Planning Commission that we had to process and assist them with. We only have 1 this month, so it's a lighter month for us on that front. However, we are assisting Scott with the bidding of surface treatment for the roadway program for 2025. We also are assisting Bob Ibach with the sanitary sewer manhole restoration updates and sewer linings eventually. We're also in the process of engineering and permitting the 2 Green Light Go grants you received earlier this year, as well as we have jumped into the VSAP assessment. So boots on the ground kind of assessment, literally going out. And we're focusing, as I said, I think last time, Lone Lane Park, Grange Road Park, and Browningsville Park.
VSAP being the Vision Zero access, yeah?
What's that?
VSAP.
Vision Zero Action Plan.
Thank you. Just stretching that word out a little bit, making sure that's heard.
Yeah. Yes.
I actually saw their truck out doing that.
So we also provided a drone survey just earlier this week of the municipal campus here, as well as a public works area. So that flyover was yesterday afternoon.
So Ryan, just to help me understand, when you talk about those parks, are you looking to connect those parks together, or are you looking to
No.
connect the community to the parks?
Correct. Community connectivity, extending even beyond than just the adjacent neighborhoods.
Okay. So the scope is still being developed, I take it? As to
Yes.
How far you go out to make the connection?
Right. So consider the plan you adopted in 2023, like a 10,000 foot view. We're now taking a look at is what's constructible and what's needed and what's not. And then we'll come up with a plan, scope, and deal with township staff and eventually come to the board with what our recommendations are. Try to tackle a few easier type projects to get connectivity in instead of trying to cross like the Norfolk Southern Railroad. in
Yeah,
some manner.
sure. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I thought when we did the plan, the thought was that we were going to look at the entire plan and prioritize and decide what we were going to connect. Did you guys do that analysis?
That's kind of what we're doing now.
Well, it seems like
These are the priorities. these
Yeah,
three
it seems like
parts.
the priorities were already, and it looks like you've come up with the priorities. But I was
In discussions with township staff.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we had a kickoff meeting and discussed what do you guys want us to focus on instead of looking at 50 different things. Let's focus on 3 priorities, and that's what we came up with.
Okay. Yeah, it would be helpful if we could see the priority. I mean, how you came up with it, what the priorities are. I don't think.
As they get developed, I imagine
Yeah.
we'll see a report,
Yeah.
but I don't necessarily want to look in Ryan's brain right now. I'd rather
Yeah, no, I
see
guess
the paper.
that's why I'm asking. So, okay, got it.
Any other questions, Ryan?
But from an ignorant aspect, that does seem like a good place to start, since that's especially with the community center going in. So
No, I'm not arguing the decision.
Yeah.
I'm asking about the process.
Mr. Faust.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This Saturday,
it's okay.
Range Road Park from 9 to 12, rain or shine, is the electronic recycling. And also the whole month of May here, Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 1, we would be loading mulch over at the
So what recycling is this Saturday?
Electronic.
this electronic.
Electronic?
And then what was the mulch thing again for me?
The mulch, that's Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 1. We'll have somebody over there to load pickup trucks.
The whole month of May,
Yes.
I'll be over.
So if you want to see Jim loading mulch in the month of May,
If you come
be
at
there
one-
on any Saturday or Sunday.
Will you load the compost too, or just mulch?
No, no compost.
Either one?
Yes.
It's always available, but that's the month of May is where you assist in the loading, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's always there free for the residents, but the month of May, we always load that Saturday. Sunday.
Meredith, or not Meredith, excuse me. Gosh, that's
I,
embarrassing. Michelle.
I say you put a skid steer there for resident use. Leave the key in it.
You can run that by our
You're the
insurance.
boss.
Michelle.
Nothing from finance.
Okay. Mr. Griffith.
Just an overview of some of our recent programs. Many of our spring programs are full. The one to report back on specifically is the Bunny Hop event that we did have to postpone due to inclement weather. But even moving to the Sunday, with working with the police department and compiling the license plate reader data, we counted over 600 cars come in the time frame of the
Wow.
event itself. So if you average 3 people per car, we're up close to about 2,000 people. So even on a rescheduled date, it is pretty nice to have that ability to get a better gauge of event attendance. Our summer camp program is completely full at this point, except for about 6 counselor and training spots. We've reached over 400, and we have a new piece of the summer camp that was just announced this past Monday. Emily and I worked together to add bus field trip capabilities. We're trying it on a smaller scale, about 90 participants, 30 from each site, to go to 5 different locations. We're going to do a day in the Lehigh Parkway with the Fish Hatchery, Native American Museum, and the horse riding stables, Crayola Experience, Da Vinci Science Center, Hampton Lanes up in Northampton for bowling, and an Iron Pigs game. These are optional add-ons for the summer camp, and they are covering costs. We are covering the cost of busing and the tickets for these various field trips. It's not a loss. We're covering the cost required for it. It is open to all ages of the summer camp. We initially were going to start with an older age group. Got some feedback from multi-kid families that they want all the kids to go together, and we're confident we can accommodate that with instructing our staff and making sure that they're available. Also, that does not take the camp away from the site. So there are still opportunities if someone doesn't go on the field trip, that there's an activity and still a camp in place on site at our 3 locations. Next up, coming into the month of May, also on Saturday, it's a packed day between electronics recycling and our fishing derby up at Apple Ponds from 9 a.m. to 11. We currently have 31 registrations. Encourage you to go on Rec Desk and sign up. I know the question has come up about trout. The ponds are not ideal for trout, so we have other species of fish that were stocked today. So we have a good turnout for this upcoming Saturday. Next Friday at K-Brook Green Hills Park is our first Movie in the Park series and the ribbon cutting for the new playground equipment. Also starting on May 15th is our first of our Grub and Groove It Grange Food Truck Festival series. Every Thursday from May through September, and we are up as of today to 13 different food trucks that'll be attending starting next Thursday. And at the end of the month, the 31st, as Doug is here, since flashbacks to my first day with the township, we have our Concert in the Park series. So our first concert of our 4 concerts at the Grange from 6 to 9 p.m. on Friday the 31st. The opening headliner is Eliza Rush, with the main act being Carly Maffa, who has a following in the Valley here. And we're excited to add that to our list of events for this summer. I'll skip most of it, but with the Park and Rec Board, we're working on moving a lot of the projects forward. You probably saw the concrete ball walls are up at Grange Park. The SPOA sports lighting is finishing up as well on the bypass side fields. And Scott and team also rolled down the tamped down infield mix for the cricket club to lay down their turf for their cricket pitch. So we are moving those projects forward as we had stated.
How's the cricket participation been so far? Everything seems to be working okay?
They've been communicating back and forth. We're nailing down the dates, availability for their rental, and we'll continue through the permit process to line them up to play this summer.
So they haven't been playing yet, but they look like they're close.
We're close.
Any other questions for Ryan? I do love that your report seems to be the longest report that we have every day. That means that you and Emily are doing something really, really right, and our engagement with our citizens is going really, really well. So that's something that we're all very proud of, and I think you should be especially proud of. You and Emily are doing a fantastic job. Thank you for the continued work you do every day.
Thank you.
Sonny, anything from you?
Nope.
For me.
Jim?
No, sir.
I will take a selfish moment to congratulate my daughter, Lena Fleischaker, on her last day of school and as a senior in college today. She and her roommates, Becky, Amelia, and Audrey, should be very proud of themselves. And I'm looking directly at the camera so that I can tape this and send it to them. Congratulations, girls. See you in a week. Comment from the floor, courtesy of the floor. Anybody have anything they'd like to add tonight? I know it's a robust group of 5. Anyone? Anything? And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
One thing, Butch, do you have anything to request in terms of leasing property for? You still looking for property or no? Do you want to come up to the mic and maybe say something? Because we're streaming on Facebook. Well, tell them how to get in touch with you if they're interested in leasing land to you. Okay, call Scott Faust. No, that's good. If that's what you want to have happen.
Do is get a hold of Scotty. He knows me. He knows where I live, and I know where he lives.
Uh-oh.
Okay, just saw you back there, and I know you're always looking for.
I just came from the farm. We had to stop. We got a flat tire.
Okay, well,
Oh, that was great.
sorry, I didn't mean that.
It's all right.
I was gonna try and hold you up until after 8.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Anybody else have comments to hold us up until after 8?
No, that's good. Thank you, Butch.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Jim. Second, Sonny?
Sure, I'll second.
All those in favor of adjourning, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned at 7:54.
That may be
2 in a row.